Hi, welcome to the channel. I just wanted to show you a small, a little easy hack that you might be interested in. If you're using the Inkee Falcon Plus with a GoPro and a media mod. Now, the Inkee Falcon came out a few years back. They've updated it now with the Inkee Falcon Plus. I do believe they've also updated the firmware, so you can now use this with the GoPro 9, 10 and the 11. In this video, I won't be going into the ins and outs of why you would want to use a gimbal. As you know, GoPros already have their own built-in stabilisation, digital stabilisation, but it crops the image, etc. But I'm not going to go into that subject now. I may at a later date do a couple. Keep your eye out. Please like and subscribe, because I may at a later date do a couple more videos on this versus the Volta. I've got a feeling I may be selling the Volta soon and just keeping this. But I'll do it in another later video. If you want any hints and tips on how to use this, or how to set it up, or how to connect it, let me know. I'll be doing some videos on that as well. But there are plenty of videos on YouTube already. But I found a lovely little hack for this, and I thought you might be interested in that. And it's when you're using this particular gimbal, the Falcon Plus, with the GoPro in a cage, and they supply you with a little caphead screw, a 5mm screw, which is a little bit fiddly, and an Allen key. But I'll show you that now, what we're going to do. I've got come up with a lovely little hack you might be interested in. So let's unbox it. So there's my GoPro set up already in the medium mod, which I quite like. It makes it a bit bigger and bulkier. But so let's just grab the. Now I'm assuming you've already got one of these, or you're looking at buying one of these already. I'll put that on the tripod. Bit plasticky. It's not quite as good quality as the Volta, I must admit. That's as I say, that's going to be the subject of another video. So what happens is, basically, what they supply you with is a standard GoPro screw, which is, I think, similar to that one there, which is a little bit wide. Now, you can't use that. Now, the screw that they supply you with is when you're connecting the GoPro to the gimbal. It's a standard GoPro screw, I do believe, and it's the one that they supply is when you connect this GoPro to the gimbal without the cage. But when you're using the cage, they supply you with a short 5mm screw like that. If you can see that. And they supply you with what's called an Allen key or an Allen wrench, depending on where you live. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to modify one of these screws to accept, to be able to use that with the medium mod. So at the moment, what I supply you with is a standard screw, and which is to be used. You can use this screw without the medium mod, but when you're using the medium mod, so I've already loosened this up. That's it, like that. So basically, it's like that, Okay. So what happens is, you pull your fingers out on there. It's a little bit fiddly, but what you do, you connect that to there using the caphead screw, which is this. That's the one they supply you with. Without the cage, you can use the standard GoPro screw that they also supply you with. So that is basically what they supply you with when you're using the caphead screw, when you're using the cage. So there we have it. There's the GoPro attached via the method that they supply, with the screw that they supply, like so. Okay. Now what we're going to do, take a GoPro screw. Now I'll put a link below to the one you want, and you want the type like that, the thin shank there. Yeah. So that's the type you're looking for, and I'll put a link below if I find it. Now these are not screwed in, I didn't realise this. These are literally just poked in like so. And they're wedged in the top there. So what you basically do, turn it over, give it a couple of taps with something, knock it out. You knock that out like so, quite simply. You get a 5mm caphead screw. Okay, push that in, and then you'll need to knock that in with something. I've done mine once already, so that may be quite loose. There you go. And now that is your new screw. Now I'll give you the length. This is basically a 5mm, what they call a 5mm caphead socket. Caphead, and it's just tucked in there nicely. That's just enough length there. Now you undo this. Because it's fiddly and you don't want that anymore. So you basically unattach. Now you can see now on the GoPro, you've got a recess in there. Alright. So when that's attached, that screw simply sits in that recess there. This lip sits in this recess here. I'll put a link to the screw below, or the length you want, because I've not got tape measure with me now, so it sits like so. So what you do, now I've not done it yet, but you'll need to glue these eventually. You'll want a 5mm nut on there. Now you can just put one down and glue it, or you can put two and lock them up together. Eventually when I do this properly, I've not glued it yet because I'm showing you how to do it. But eventually when I've done this properly, I'll be gluing that in there, and I'll glue these nuts on here. So basically, that's about it there. Two nuts on there like that, so you can Loctite them together or lock them together like so. Now, you pull your fingers out, like so on the camera. Once it's adjusted properly, you can lock it all down. Just want to... You get the general idea. There you go. So now you're able to use a GoPro screw. It's so much easier to do up. But now once you've got the length right, you want the thread just poking out the back there. Put your nuts on. You can lock. You can use one nut or two. Lock the two nuts together. Put some thread lock on there, or some lock, or thread lock, or Loctite on there, and you can use a stainless screw. And if you look closely, you'll just see, you should just be able to see a gap through there. You'll just be able to see a gap through there. Basically that is it. And it balances, let's do it up. I've not balanced it properly yet. So the only screw you've got to fiddle about with now is this one. Now, if Inkee had made the box a bit bigger, you could have just left this, but you're going to put it in your camera bag anyway. So you tighten that one up. So now you've got this screw here. A lot easier with the cage. It's not charged up properly, so there you go. That is the Inkee hack. There you go, people. Thank you for watching. So there you go. There is the Inkee hack. The GoPro in a cage. I've not balanced it properly yet. The GoPro in a cage with the GoPro screw. A lot easier. Once it's all set up and it's all glued together, a lot easier to use than the existing little caphead screw they supply. So it's 5mm. I'll put a link in the description below of what length you want and what nuts you want, and I'll put a link. And you can jump through that link, buy a few bits and pieces, a little bit of Loctite, thread lock it all up. Looks a lot neater. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that short video. Hope it's a little bit clearer, but it's not a major operation, but it looks a lot neater. It's a lot easier to do that up than the actual existing caphead screw they give you. So I hope that works out for you. Thank you very much for watching. Ta-da, bye-bye.